大家好
and welcome to
White Gaze,
where we white gaze upon the drama,
the looks,
and the language of our newest favorite Chinese television show, Empresses in the Palace, otherwise known as
Zhen Huan.
And today, to get into the drama of episode 20, we have a very, very special guest.
We have local drag artist,
Winner of season 1 of Drag Felion,
and co-founder of Choker and the fabulous East Meets West drag show at the Pearl.
Not to mention viral Douyin sensation.
Lady and gentlemen.
Yay. Hello, everybody.
Welcome.
Hi.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We gotta let our listeners know a little bit about you. So, how long have you been living in China?
So I've been in China for 5 years.
Oh, I think we got here around the same time.
Oh.
No, you fully got here in 2019.
Oh, did he say 2017?
It's in
Yeah.
2017, yeah. I was going to say, I feel like you showed up
2 years later.
because I was thinking if you were here a year after me, then you would have been very recluse the first year you were here, because when I started seeing you here, I started seeing you everywhere.
Bitch, she hopped off the flight and went directly to M Cafe or whatever the fuck that place was called.
Yes.
Yeah, M Cafe. I was not recluse. No, I met you like right after I moved here.
Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And how good would you say your Chinese is after all of this time? Have you taken classes?
Yes. I've studied Chinese now for like 10 years. So I actually majored in Chinese in college. And then my master's degree was in Chinese as well. So I got a tourism management master's in Chinese. So my first year here in Shanghai. Yeah, that's actually why I came here. So there's these the Chinese government kind of just dishes out these different scholarships for Westerners that want to study higher ed here, because not many people actually want to come here to study higher ed. And I would probably back that up, because the program was, I learned a lot, but maybe not the things that they were supposed to teach me. Yeah. And then in order to get into the program, I had to pass HSK 5. But I haven't taken a test since.
So that was like your entry requirements, is what I have fought for my life for over the past 4 years, is what you're saying. Okay, great.
Well, yeah. I mean, yes.
I'm glad that you have learned so much, and that probably means that watching the show was actually kind of easy for you. Like, do you watch the show?
Yeah.
Are you a Zhen Shuijia?
Yes. Well, I have had it downloaded for ages now, because I've always been, am a huge, I love like collecting and trying to watch a lot of like really queer culture like stuff that's influenced queer culture in China. And I've heard about this one many times now, and I just have never, I can't get I tried to watch it like 2 months ago or something, and I watched I couldn't get it through the title sequence. It takes me a while to like invest into a show.
Well, the title sequence is like 3 minutes long.
It's long. It's really long, and everybody's dressed the same way, because it's all like the different royal garb, and I was just like, oh, I'm gonna really do this. And then the first scene was after watching this episode, once I was like 5 minutes in, I was like, oh, I'm starting to get it now. This is very exciting, because it's so like layered, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's reality TV, but with none of the like, all of the audacity, but none of the what do you call it, like none of the like outspokenness. It's like, yes, you did something really bitchy, but it's like under all these different layers of it, which I think is very fun.
Yes, the drama has the layers.
And the girls were very layered this episode.
They were. And they were wearing many
So
layers
layered.
as well.
Yeah, it's getting cold. It's getting cold. It's getting cold.
It's
Robes
getting
on
cold.
robes on robes.
Damn. Well, I'm sorry. If you thought this episode was good, you should. I mean, I know a great podcast that you can listen to like, catch up as well.
You'll have to recommend it to me. Where can I find it?
It comes highly recommended. It's 5 stars. You
No
can find
way.
it on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Yeah.
Spotify.
It's true.
Wow, that
It's
sounds
true.
great. Can I
It's true.
subscribe?
You can. And you can subscribe to our iFADN as well.
Wow, that sounds amazing. I can't wait to see. I can't wait to hit the link
Where
in
we
the
have
description.
where we have paid exclusive content.
Ooh la la.
Only for our fans.
So it's an OnlyFans. So it is an OnlyFans. It's just you doing it naked.
There's nothing naughty.
Yet. All right, Big Westy, what happened last
Hey.
episode?
So in the last episode, Hua Fei makes an ass out of herself because she thinks that Zhen Huan is in Shen Meizhuang's palace when she's not supposed to be, because Zhen Huan set it up that way so she could set up her sister Jade. And we finally got the big reveal that Zhen Huan and Jade are sisters. And they both knew, but they were both keeping it from each other. And we got the big reveal. And so hopefully we see Jade stay loyal to her sister.
Also, we did get to see that tearful reunion between Zhen Huan and Shen Meizhuang. And
Emmy award-winning performance.
in the for your consideration. And we saw Zhen Huan run into the 17th prince in the middle of the boat, in the middle of the night.
And he had the cutout that Xiao Yunze made of her. And so actually this time we don't get like a pickup.
No.
We usually get like a cliffhanger at the end of the episode, and this time we did not get a pickup right where we left off.
It doesn't seem like any of the things that you just talked about were referenced at all in the episode I just watched. Which is
They
wild.
weren't.
It's like they just started over. I was like, what, a cutout on a boat?
Well, okay, the cutout was from a long time ago. I was really very confused. I thought I played the wrong episode when I started because I was like, what has happened? We're suddenly not at the Summer Palace anymore. Number one.
Oh, yeah, in the last episode they were in the Summer Palace.
Oh, so they moved and they didn't, okay.
Time
Wow.
has passed, clearly.
Usually there's like a cliffhanger and it picks right back up where it left off, but we did not get that this time.
Yeah.
So at the top of this week's episode, we are no longer at the Summer Palace, and we see Zhen Huan and Jinxi are outside of the Palace of Benevolence, and she gets a surprise from the Emperor.
A new pair of shoes.
I loved this. I liked this so much.
Have you ever worn those shoes?
Have I?
Yeah.
No.
In any of your performances?
No.
At East Meets West, none of the girls walk out with those shoes.
Well, now I'm wondering if they should, with like the little platform in the middle, right?
In the middle,
It's-
yes.
I mean, that is very fierce. I do love that idea. I don't know if I could do it because I think that's appropriative. Maybe I'd have to do some research.
I have a suggestion for you, and if you use it, I
Okay.
do want to be paid. But I think at the
Okay.
next East versus
Okay, well,
West
hold on.
show,
Okay.
you should either have a competition for the girls or a competition for the audience. But either way, have a bunch of these shoes and have like a category, Femme Queen of Heels, who can walk the best in these shoes will win the trophy.
I do like that idea. That would be really fun. It's like
That's a great idea.
heels, yeah, a heels race, but for old tiny Empress heels.
Mhm.
I think the part that I found even more wild though was the how does he know my size? And the emperor is like, I slept with you before. I know how big your feet are. And I want to ask everybody in this room, do you know the size of their last hookup's feet? Or boyfriend's feet? I couldn't believe
Me
it.
and my boyfriend wear the same size shoes, so yes.
No way, really?
Oh yeah, me and Matt, same size everything. I stole a bunch of his shit when I came back to China.
Monty and I have the same size feet too.
What? No.
Yeah.
My feet are so big. I'm never fitting in my boyfriend's shoes. They're so small.
Do you know what size?
No, I don't know. They're small. That's the size. Smaller than me. Could you imagine? Could you look at a pair of feet and be like, those are 44s? Or that's not going to happen. The emperor has a foot fetish.
Let me be problematic for a second.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
He probably knows your shoe size.
No, he doesn't. Why would you say that? Why do you think he knows that?
I've noticed in China that a lot of people, you know, like on the internet, they do like age, sex, location, or like, I'm this old, I'm like this tall. People do write their shoe size.
Shoe size?
People list it. Yeah, it's true.
I didn't. Okay, I had not. Well, I had not seen that. But maybe I wasn't looking at all the numbers. Or maybe I assumed it was age.
Yeah.
There's a lot of 40-year-olds on here. Upper 30s. Wow, lots of older guys on this app. I get like, I slept with you. I know what type of underwear you wear because that's my thing, you know? So like maybe that's the emperor. The emperor is just like, okay, 39 and a half. I need to get a wide. Yes, this one is narrow. We're gonna have to slim that down. It's a 28 and a half.
Damn. And you know what? He makes her walk in them too. He's like, okay, now try them on. Let's walk around. How does that feel? He's really into it.
Oh, and I love they have spices in them. I'm sorry. I was really into the shoes. I love that there are spices inside of the shoes. Perfumes and spices in them. In the heel. That's so fierce.
What kind of spices do you think they're putting in there? Like a clove or like a synonym?
I think did they say it? Yeah, maybe a little flavoring. Maybe that's it. He's like, I want there to be a bit of paprika on the soles of your feet when I go down on you, honey.
Yeah, it's just some lao gama that we just put inside.
Oyster sauce, lao gan ma, a bit of dark soy sauce.
But she's not the only one. Oh, actually, one important detail before we move on is that he did not just like go into the Mood fabric wall and create these shoes for her. No. This is specially embroidered fabric from Sichuan province. Now, do we remember who literally just went to Sichuan last episode?
He did?
No, bitch. The 17th Prince.
Yes, Daddy.
Oh, no, I did not remember that.
Yes. The 17th Prince suddenly went off to Sichuan because he heard all the bottoms were there. And now suddenly we're getting this specially embroidered fabric. I have a theory, and this theory will come back later. So I just wanted to... This was the moment where my theory started to build.
It will come back later. The 17th Prince is his little brother, and they kind of have a little fling.
Yeah, the two
Who's
of them
little
together.
brother?
Zhen Huan. Zhen Huan.
Oh, Zhen Huan.
Zhen Huan and the Emperor's brother.
Ah. Okay.
No, we're still on the lookout for the Emperor and the brother fan fiction, but nobody has pointed us that way.
We've been asking for it.
It's never too late to start.
Months. If I knew Chinese, I would write it, but
I'm just gonna start writing it.
I think I was gonna say I think that this can be a part of your added content. Your subscribers only content includes a fan fiction.
Oh my god!
About the Emperor and his little brother behind the scenes.
Okay, you don't have to pay me for the heels idea anymore. We've just traded good ideas.
We traded. Okay, good. We're even.
Zhen Huan is getting a little bit scared because she's like, "Why are you giving me such fabulous gifts?" because she thinks it's going to put a target on her. Because she's like, why am I getting these fabulous gifts? Is everybody else getting these gifts? And do you even love me?
Have you ever asked your partner that?
Only in the most toxic of my relationships.
Yes, right.
Which we no longer speak of. But he seems to think it's kind of cute because he's like, oh, that's silly talk. And he's like, and she's like, yeah, Huan is just being silly.
And then I guess we wrap it up with the snipping of the candle, which they've referenced in another episode of it being like a thing that married couples do.
Right. The jiandong.
Oh.
So that wraps up that scene. And then in the next scene, we see Hua Fei and Cao Gui-ren are chitty-chatting. And she also gets some of the brocade. But it's just the fabric.
It hasn't been used up yet.
And she hates it. She's like,
No, she likes
like,
it at first. She likes it.
No,
She's
she
like,
doesn't.
wow. She's like, I'm so special. I got this special fabric. And Cao Gui-ren, you little bitch, you didn't get a single thing, did you?
Drag her. Slay her.
So Hua Fei was definitely bragging about this fabric being such fabulosity. But then she realizes, like, oh, wait a minute. I've never seen this flower before. Like, what flower is this? And Cao Gui-ren is like, oh, I've seen that one. It's the moon of the eventide, or what's it called?
It's a morning glory.
The morning glory. I mean, it is not the morning glory that I like to eat, but it is a flower.
Calm down. Calm down.
But bitch, this is what I'm talking about. So
Trent,
the
are you
fabric
gay?
that was made into the shoes, yes. How could you tell?
You haven't made it clear yet.
I've been hiding it. But no, because the fabric that came from Sichuan province, which is also where the 17th prince is currently at, is the fabulous shoes, sure, but it is the fabric with the flower that they talked about that night in the Tang courtyard?
No, that was a different flower.
No,
That
it's
was
the
a crepe
same
myrtle.
flower. It's the
No,
same
that
flower.
was a crepe myrtle.
No, it's the same flower. They called it the morning
it?
glory. I made the same joke in that episode. That's how I know.
But Trenty, you've probably made that joke many times.
Drag her.
Just the once, okay? It's just the once. And also, I remember that they called it the night of the eventide because then they're like, oh, what's so special about that flower?
Yes,
and
yes,
then
yes,
Cao
yes,
Gui-ren
yes.
is like, oh, yeah, it only blooms under the moon and then it dies before the morning. And that is the allegory, that is the metaphor for this kind of affair between Zhen Huan and the 17th prince.
Yes,
So
but
don't tell me he did not send this fabric on purpose.
it's this. No, it's the same one. Okay, this is all making much more sense now.
Thank you.
But the way that Hua Fei was reading it was like, I'm only hot in the nighttime, and then during the daytime, I'm nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So then she goes off. Oh, you want to see me go off?
I think you want to see me go off.
So she tells Michi Meow Meow, she said, take these out back and fucking rip them to shreds.
And Cao Gui-ren tells her, like, no, don't do that. That's just gonna start gossip. And then she's like, okay, make these into a dress and give them to Zhen Huan.
I guess to maybe pass along the bad luck of the flower.
Zhen Huan is the only one smart enough in the palace to know what these flowers are and to know what they mean. And so I was thinking, once she found out what it meant, that she was going to give it to Zhen Huan, and Zhen Huan was going to, like, feel some type of way about it. Like that Hua Fei was sending her a message that you're only popular in the nighttime and during the daytime you're nothing.
Oh.
Little does she know, she is going to feel some type of way about it because she knows full well she cannot wear this flower.
Yeah.
Because she is playing a dangerous game.
Yeah, I thought of it as just being like, I don't know, I just thought of it as like a little mind fuck, right? Because they're not friends. Is that true? Zhen Huan and...
At all.
No.
At
No.
all.
So it's like, if you're getting a gift
Mortal
from somebody
enemies.
that's not your friend... Because the other thing, too, is, like, it's clearly secondhand, right? It's clearly been gifted by somebody else. So all you have to do is be like, oh, I'll just give it to her. She'll love it.
And we get some of that feeling in the next scene at Zhen Huan's palace.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And we are reintroduced to our mousy little girl.
A roly-poly girl.
Our roly-poly girl.
Oh, this girl.
Yeah,
Yes.
she's like 14.
14.
Yeah, she was selected at quite a young age.
She's the one on the
Emperor
left.
has not seen her.
The one on the left again.
She was not able to go to the summer palace, and she's like, well, you had your what did she say she had with her? Her maid or her coach or whatever.
Her momo, her momo was trying to teach her some etiquette, and her momo like quit because she was too fucking loud.
She talked too much. She said I talk too much.
She talked.
And as she's like telling us that she talks too much, she's talking too much.
And Zhen Huan is just very charmed by her, at least. So in a way, I'm kind of surprised that Zhen Huan did not give the fabric to her.
Well, because we had the whole display of it all, because they come in and you know who came in. Did you notice who came in and brought the fabric?
Yeah, Zhou Ninghai.
Yeah, the one with the limp.
Okay, and not to be ableist, but he is evil, and I do want him to die.
Well, you have to just say it's not because of the limp.
I love this like mini showdown between Jinqi and what's his name?
Zhou Ninghai.
Yes, because she gets the dresses from him, and she's like, well, the priest from the Baohua hall says that the shu, like the year of the rat, is Zhen Huan a rat?
Oh yeah.
No, they said that she was a different year.
That was so fun.
No, they said rat.
No, they say shu sounds like shoe, but she's not a shoe, but she can wear it for her shoes because then it's
it's
the
beneath
shoe
her.
is underneath, but she can't wear the shoe on the top because
I'm gonna need a little bit of explanation about this because I was a little confused,
It
and I
didn't make
got
any
excited
sense.
because I thought Zhen Huan was a rat because I'm a rat.
I mean we knew you were a rat. Wait, lady and gentlemen, what are you? What's your year?
I'm a monkey.
Then we're the same.
Yay! Okay, then 1992 or 93.
Wow, you just
92.
outed my age to all of our listeners.
Hey, it's not. That's 30 is a wonderful.
No, I'm
year to
not
be
2000.
alive.
I'm not 1992. I'm 2004.
Okay, well, we don't have to like. There's believable, and then unbelievable.
Why be credible when you can be incredible?
Oh my god.
What were you saying though about the shoe and the shoe?
It was so complicated. And it just didn't make any sense. Like, it was, because I think if I remember correctly, they were trying to piece together, like, what I was getting at, and I don't know if I understood 100% either, but I was kind of like, it seems like they're trying to figure out whether or not she can wear them. It was like, well, if it's a zodiac for the shoe and it's above, but maybe if it's below, but then it's not turned south. It was just, like, so complicated. It's funny that this is what you have to care about as like, a concubine that this is the big deal. It's like, can I wear this if I'm the year of the rat and it matches my, like, other character that's on my, like, all... It's so
I think that
so
Jinshi
fun.
was mostly just trying to politely find an out or like to find a way to reject it in a polite way because they are enemies. So I think she was trying to give Zhen Huan a reason to not like fully take it. She's like, oh, actually, but I do agree. I think she was kind of making it up on the spot. Because it did keep getting like longer and longer and longer.
Yes.
Well, after she goes on the whole like explanation of why she can't wear the dresses, that she's gonna have to wear the dresses next year, he goes, "Oh, okay. So because Hua Fei gave them to you, you don't want to wear them. That's okay. That's what I'll tell her." And then Zhen Huan's like, no, do not get it mixed up. Do not twist our words over here. That is not what we said."
Because he was dying to dig up some drama. He could not wait to go back to Hua Fei and spread misinformation.
And he probably did.
He probably did.
Because he is enemy number one, because he is the one doing all of the dirty work.
Uh-huh. I think his body count is the highest in the palace, probably.
Is he responsible for the girl in the well?
Yeah.
What the fuck? How many people
Sorry,
died
spoiler.
already?
You'll
Oh
have
my
to listen to
God.
White Gaze to catch up.
Well, I was gonna watch the show too, but I guess I'll just start from this episode.
Finally, Joning Hai does go. They do keep the fabric. And they guess I just put it in a closet. They're just like, okay, yeah, put it over there.
Yeah, that's what she said. She said, just put it away for now.
Is this the part where they talk about the Chrysanthemum Fest as well? Did you guys see that?
Yes.
Because that
is
in
what
this
our
part?
roly polar girl says. Yes.
Yes.
I totally missed that.
Oh my
She
God.
tells her, she's like, you can wear it during the Chrysanthemum Festival in October.
Yeah, I loved that. I was like, because I don't think they actually used like Juhua, like, because I was waiting I wanted to see those characters. I wanted to hear them say it because that was just so rich. But then
You wanted to see Juhua.
I wanted to see the Juhua. Okay. Because I was like, shout out to the gays, Butthole Festival, here we go.
In the next scene, we see Hua Fei. She goes to see the Empress Dowager, and she is stirring shit up.
Oh, yeah, because she tries to go and plant this misinformation with the Empress Dowager to be like, wow, it's so great that the Emperor was able to give Zhen Huan not only shoes, but also 2 beautiful dresses made of the same expensive, rare shoe brocade from Sichuan.
She's just so favored that she gets whatever she asks for.
And she's also a cunt.
She like gives her the dresses and then says that, oh, she asked for those dresses.
Oh, she asked for the dress, and also she spat in my soup. Oh, and also she slapped me, and she scratched me in the eye, and
Yeah.
she shat my milk.
It's very that. And the Empress Dowager eats this up. Like, she is like, wow, the Emperor, he is being indiscreet even at his age. And, you know, Hua Fei, why are you wearing those old maiden type clothes?
I say it, what I say it.
And Hua Fei is like, well, because the younger girls are just prettier and more youthful than me, so I need to dress my age. And she was like, no, bitch, go change your clothes. Go change your clothes.
Wang Guiren and Anne can wear these flamboyant clothes, but I can't because I need to dress my age.
She said, bitch, I hate you in this color. Also, take my, like, very expensive little headpiece thing.
No, I can't.
The Phoenix pin.
But it's also the scene that kind of, to me, lays out the battle lines for kind of, like, a proxy war. That's the term. There's, like, a proxy war brewing between the Empress Dowager and the Empress.
She's getting the Empress Dowager on her side. The Empress will never be on Hua Fei's side.
Right, precisely.
And so she's getting the Empress Dowager on her side.
Mm-hmm.
Because at the end of the day, the Empress Dowager is like, I don't know this bitch Wang Guiren.
Mm-hmm.
I remember her being stunning, but I don't know her.
As you said, the Empress Dowager eats it up, and maybe I need more context. But I kind of felt like after she left, the Empress Dowager was like, ugh, these young bitches. That girl she was trying to stir up so much shit. And then what is it? Her attendant said something so funny about like the air reeks with a pungent smell of jealousy or something like that. Like they start talking about how it stinks of jealousy or whatever. And she's like, bring me my son. I have to tell him to like sort out the hens or whatever. Which I really enjoyed because I was like, this is a bad bitch. She knows what's up. She knows how to sort this out, which I really enjoyed.
It reminded me of, like, whenever you get in trouble with your mom and they, like, suddenly say your middle name. And it's like, oh, he's being summoned. Mm-hmm. She didn't say, like, oh, if my son has time. She said, tell him after work that he better get his fucking ass up here. Because I got some
Which
shit
is
to
also
say.
just a ridiculous... Like, it is so ridiculous that your mom is like, okay, you're fucking 14 women... and you need to make sure that you don't make any of them jealous of each. Like, that is such a, like, in today's terms, to be like, son, it's your responsibility to make sure that the insane amount of women that you have at your beck and call that you are regularly having sex with don't get jealous of each other. Like, that's crazy. And he's like, yes, Mom.
If it were me, it would be a schedule. It would be a calendar, okay? Whenever you're ovulating, then I'm coming over. That's it. So, and we're picking girls that are ovulating at these times.
Wait. So
no, you can't do that because these
they're
girls are
all
around each other.
ovulating
They're
at the
all
same
synced,
time.
Okay.
I think I'm synced up with them too.
Westy's over here being like, all right, who's gonna top me? I'm ovulating. Which of you concubines is gonna come peg me?
That is not even fiction. That is not even
Which
fiction.
of you sluts has got the biggest peg? You've been whittling for the last 30 days, and I'm ready. No, that one doesn't fit. You've had sex with me before. You should know the exact dimensions of my butthole like I did with your feet. Thank you. Let's show courtesy to each other as partners. I care about your feet. You care about the ribs of my colon, okay?
Let's take a break.
Oh, I love this pink guava drink.
Introducing the new guava green tea frozen smoothie from Dian. One taste will transport you back to all of the tropical shores of all of the destinations that you would like to visit, but you cannot because of travel restrictions. Tasting of guava and green tea, you can imagine yourselves frolicking between the waves. Head on down to Dian now.
You can buy this drink between the months of June and July, so it is no longer available.
Okay, we are back. And before we get started, we did not address that all three of us are on a Zoom call right now because I have COVID. Well, I tested positive on however many days ago that was, like 4 days ago. I'm feeling a lot better today.
Good.
But last weekend, I went to the super spreader event of the century, the Snatch Game, the Shanghai Snatch Game at Hunt.
Hey, I didn't get it, so I don't know what's wrong with you guys.
It was definitely the Snatch Game, and we definitely didn't do anything else that night either.
Definitely not.
I didn't go anywhere. I didn't go to the Pearl.
Nope.
Not at all. Not the Pearl, where the whole band, the whole cast, besides Trenton, who's already had COVID, has COVID.
Oh, now we gotta go?
So, in the next scene, we see that the Emperor comes in from work. And the Empress Dowager is mad as hell because she's like, it's cold outside. Where's your coat?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
And he was like, oh, sorry, I forgot it. And she was like,
He's
no,
like,
not you.
He's like, no,
You're
I'm
fucking
fine.
servant.
No, Su Pei Sheng, where's his coat?
And he obviously was very apologetic, but the Emperor, he's not like really fazed by his mom, but his mom is very mad. At least that was my read of the situation.
Well, that was like the whole drama with Hua Fei, talking to the Empress Dowager because the Empress Dowager's like, oh, he doesn't need to be spending money on this expensive stuff that this little teenage girl is asking for.
Did I lie?
But she wasn't asking for it. It was done out of love.
Well, I think she has a problem with that too. I think she wishes he saw the harem as more of like politics and obligation rather than romance. Like if he did have a schedule where he's like, Monday it's Jingping, Tuesday it's the Empress, Wednesday it's Zhen Huan, Thursday it's Anling Rong, then there wouldn't be so much jealousy because the girls would be able to look at their calendar Rather
That's what I'm
than
saying. That's what I'm saying, calendar.
rather than like just be sitting and looking out the window all sad like as the seasons change and realize you haven't seen the emperor in months.
That's what I'm saying, calendar.
I feel like the mom is kind of like, you may have like 10 girlfriends, but you don't have to act like a fuckboy.
Right. You can be nice to them.
Maybe she's also saying, like, you don't have to fuck all of them, but, like, go have lunch. Jinxi is sitting over there all by herself, and she wants to have lunch with you.
Yeah. Basically, then he leaves, but doesn't really get the message, because when he leaves, we find out that, like, 6 days have passed, and in those 6 days, he's only been with Hua Fei.
He completely ignores the mom. I was so confused for a little bit, because then they have the lunch thing, right? Is that when they have the lunch thing? And I was like, this must...
Well, lunch is coming, yeah.
Lunch is coming, yeah.
Okay, so maybe there's... Okay. I was like, wait, he just ignored everything completely. And he was also like, yeah, I'll do it, Mom, no problem. He just lied to her face.
I don't think that he maybe lied. I think he just didn't get what she was saying. I think, like...
She only mentioned Hua Fei and Jinping's names.
As examples, kind of, to me, I thought.
And so he took it literally. He said, okay, maybe I'll go see those girls. But maybe Jinping has COVID.
Right. She was not available. Her results still haven't come in. In the next scene... Nichi Miao Miao comes in and gives word that her brother has returned from the wars in the Northwest.
And she's like, oh yeah, let me see him. And she's like, no, they're busy. And she's like, no, we're not too busy to have lunch. It's lunchtime. I'm hungry. Like, I want to see my brother. And then, what's his name?
This one I don't remember. Xiaoxiazi, maybe?
He comes in and he's like, hey, we're all going to lunch with your brother.
And Hua Fei is wearing brighter colors, so she was able to listen to the Empress Dowager and take the note, because she's in this gorgeous yellow and her hair is up.
No, it's that same yellow one that I didn't like last time.
Well, I liked it last time too. Let the record show.
It's an ugly color.
Should we let the record show?
You in danger, girl.
So anyways, they go to lunch. And they're sitting very far away from each other.
I totally thought this was Zhen Huan. I made a mistake.
No, this is Hua Fei.
I know, I made a mistake. Yeah. Because this is the other thing. Because we're referring to them by their Chinese names, but then the subtitles call them like Consort Fleur or something like that. That they're very...
Consort Fleur.
Consort
Yes,
Fleur.
Okay, so she is like
And
flower.
Because both of them have... I'm assuming the Zhen Hua, is that also Hua, like the flower Hua?
No, Zhen.
Oh no,
Zhen Huan.
Zhen Huan.
Zhen Huan is her name, but
okay.
they call her Wan Guiren, like
Wan
smile,
So they call her
soiree.
Okay, I found that to be very strange. Okay, yeah, I got confused.
Soiree attendant.
All right, now it makes more sense.
Soiree attendant, yes.
Is that what it is? Soiree attendant.
I think it's attendant soiree, yeah.
Attendant
or noble lady soiree.
It does have soiree.
No, not noble
No,
lady.
it's attendant and. It's attendant and.
Oh, I saw that name too.
Well, because what is Anne's title?
Well, Anne is usually there, but in the subtitles they call her attendant. Chang Zai.
And then Guiren is
Noble
attendant.
lady.
Noble
No.
lady. Oh
Yeah.
Soiree. Noble lady soiree.
Yes. Let's go to the noble lady soiree.
Yeah, the soiree. Soiree and Fleur are both just like, I mean, I think that I assume they're probably pretty, like, as accurate as you can get with the names, but also they just seem so strange to me. No, you don't think so?
I think that they are as accurate as you can get for a group of freelancers who maybe possibly studied abroad one semester in France.
No, but you didn't say JK though.
Oh my god. Carson, I apologize on Trenty's behalf.
That's not a read. That's a theory.
It does. I mean, it seems like
maybe Carson
sounds...
can help us explain the translation of the names.
Yeah.
But anyways, I have to admit to you both that this scene is part of the reason why I did not like this episode, because the music was trying to give drama that I did not see, and the acting it didn't really match up. I could not keep up with what was going on.
I could, but I also hated it.
Hua Fei was shocked the whole time. And I didn't really get why. Like, she was like,
Yes. She's been in this very room, drunk off her ass, multiple times in front of the Emperor with not a worry in the world, but like sober lunch with her brother across the way. Then she's like fucking gagging on every little misstep or every little mistake. Like, what am I missing? What's going on here?
That is why I hated this scene, is because of how big of a dick he is. And I was very disappointed in his appearance, let me just say, because we've heard so much about Hua Fei's brother, because he's like he's leading the war right now. We hear so much about him. We hear great things about him. And like, I was expecting like a hot ass man to come in.
Bitch, no, we saw him in episode 1.
Did we?
Yeah. In episode 1, they crack the whip and then they're walking and he's like, oh, by the way, Emperor, how's my sister? And he's like, oh, she's great. I'm about to go fuck her down. And then we never see him again.
Okay, I did not remember that, but now I remember that.
I think maybe what they did is they took an actual military man and cast him in this role, because he doesn't act very well. He's not attractive.
No.
I didn't
Sorry
get
to this man.
No, I mean he the duck neck thing. I found that to be very strange. The way the Emperor like threw the duck neck.
That was
what was up with
super
that?
bizarre, because he like threw the duck.
Emperor was mad.
Okay, so the Emperor was mad. So let's get into the theatrics of the lunch. So the first thing that happened is like, the Emperor is like, ooh, try this one. This one's my favorite. And so the eunuch comes up behind and he's like trying to serve it to him like he's supposed to do. And he shushes him off and just eats it. And this is the first time that Hua Fei is like disgusted by her brother's actions. It's like, what the fuck are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
Which I would make that mistake too. Like, bitch, I don't need you to feed me like you're my mama bird. Like, I got my own chopsticks for a reason. I think it had to do with like the testing of the food too, because we kept cutting to them putting the silver in the food to test for poison.
Oh, well, you've got to test for poison in this palace.
No, you have to test for, what is it, kava starch?
Especially if you're in the room with Hua Fei, you got to test your shit for poison. But it's an honest mistake. He doesn't live at the palace. He doesn't like get all the rules, and so the Emperor is like, okay, yeah. It's okay. We're eating here as family. You don't have to follow the rules. I don't care. And then so the duck neck comes out and he's like, ooh, this one's nice. And so he's like, the eunuch is about to do it. And he's like, nope.
I want
you to do it.
What the fuck?
Cue the music. So I'm like, oh, did they fuck? Like, are they enemies?
Yeah.
What is the tea?
I can't believe y'all didn't catch on to that.
Well, afterwards, what
Su
she
Pei
said.
Shang
No,
is like the leader of the eunuchs. He is the Emperor's eunuch. Like, I don't think it's just like, I don't think you could just talk to him like that.
Oh,
I mean, they talked about it. They talked about it afterwards, right? Like right after the meal when they had the conversation. Hua Fei is like, this is what the problem was. But I also was like, contextually, I assumed that whatever was happening, I was not 100% sure what was going on. But I guess it also makes sense. He talks about afterwards, he's like, Hua Fei is not only an asshole, he also does not like the eunuchs. Homophobic, maybe?
I feel like maybe there is this like butch queen versus femme queen conflict, because he's like the warlord. And yet he comes back to the palace where everybody's very manicured and there's servants doing everything and da-da-da. So, like, do you think at the lunch he was, A, being an asshole, but B, sort of, like, trying to come for the Emperor's lifestyle of being too soft?
Maybe.
Which, like, the Emperor mentions that. He's like, well, yeah, you're not used to having people serve you. You're used to doing things yourself, so it's an
Yeah,
honest mistake.
I feel like the
okay.
Emperor's response was kind of almost like, I kind of want a bro. He was like, yeah, dude. He was a little bit, I felt like he was a little bit like, oh, yeah. Like, yeah, you get it. I don't know. Did you get that feeling where he was kind of like, this isn't how we do things, but I kind of like how rugged you are.
Ooh, they're broing out, but like, I'm not going to be writing this fan fiction.
No, I will not write this one. I have no interest. But I do think that if the Emperor was truly mad about this guy's behavior, he was not showing it like at all, because he was very gracious and kept being like either ignoring how rude he was being or just like kind of thanking him for it. Like being like, we're a family. I'll let you call me an asshole and treat me like shit.
Exactly.
We're a family.
Which is weird. Like being a family. Because then Hua Fei, it was strange. It was a weird scene. It was a very weird scene.
I didn't like it. Oh. You know what? I think I need to take a digestion break after the scene because it's not going down easy.
No.
This is the problem with the soup.
Shall we take a break?
Yeah, let's take a break.
All right.
Let's take a break. Hi there. It's Trenty from the world-famous White Gaze podcast. And I'm here to ask you, are you feeling sad?
Are you suffering from crippling anxiety?
Have you ever been trapped outside of a foreign country for an uncomfortable amount of time while you wait on your visa?
I'm not comfortable with sharing my trauma on the pod.
Well, either way, BetterHelp is there for you. BetterHelp is an online therapy service for people who can afford it. You can access them at betterhelp.com.
Period. There is no promo code because we are not actually sponsored by BetterHelp. But if you subscribe to our podcast, then we can use that money to pay for the services that we so desperately need.
We thank you in advance. Well, bitches, guess what? We're back, and we get to see that Hua Fei and her brother are also taking a digestion walk after their very tense luncheon with the Emperor.
Yeah, and Hua Fei is heated. She's got to cool down.
Heated.
Yes, she is. She is stomping on those tiny little platform shoes. She is tick, click, clock, clock, clock. That's probably the sound they make. Talk, talk.
Tip, tip, tip on cobblestone floors.
Tip, tip, tip on hardwood floors. 10, 10, 10s across the board. Give me face, 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 yeah, face hard and everything nice, my yeah.
Who's that? Which?
It's Beyonce.
Oh, okay. All right.
Now who's getting canceled?
You're right. Well, I had a good run.
But yeah, Hua Fei is trying to come for her brother by saying, you were very rude and you kept talking your shit, and how dare you talk to Su Peixiong like that? Do you not know who he is?
You stupid fucking
But her brother is homophobic and unbothered.
Yeah, and then we get into the, he's just like, I can't stand the smell of the eunuchs.
Wild. Oh,
and
my
what
goodness.
smell do they give? What smell do they give?
I don't know.
They smell clean, probably. They probably smell great. They probably are like, yeah, we showered this morning, war behemoth. You just came back from the woods, covered in blood, and you shat yourself during the last war, and you say we smell bad?
Listen, Paul. Have you ever heard of a Nolo?
No, we are not doing this. Not here. Not for our listeners. I do not want to do this to them.
What's a Nolo?
No! No. Okay, you know what? I need to put these down, and then y'all can finish this. And then
What's
when
a
you're
Nolo?
done, you can give me the thumbs up so I can put them back in my ears.
wanna know what? No, I am gonna leave.
Okay,
Okay,
tell me, Westy. I want to know.
Okay, so Trenton sent me this video yesterday on Twitter, and
Okay.
he was like, so confused because it was like a sexual video is depicting a sexual act, but the person had no genitalia.
Okay, no genitalia.
Yeah, and so they're referred to as nolos. They have no genitalia. I heard about this like on another podcast actually that I was listening to, and so he like sent it to me, and I was like, oh, I've actually heard of this before.
Wait, so okay, is it like
lots of questions? Yes.
Yeah, there's lots of questions. Yes,
and I don't have the answers.
I'm imagining. Okay, is it like a genetically like an intersex?
No,
person,
no, it's not like intersex.
Removal?
This is a removed. It's like a
castration.
It's like something. Yeah, something that they have chosen.
I actually heard. Okay, I remember reading an article from Miami, Florida, about a man who decided to castrate himself, and it was in a gay magazine, and it was a kink thing, where he was like, just decided. It is kind of like a kink subculture. Body modification, right?
These people are not really doing it to themselves. They are getting this like surgically done by a doctor, but they just do not have any genitalia. They have nothing.
But they're deciding to do it.
They're deciding to do it, yeah. It looks like a Ken doll.
There's not. How do they pee?
Exactly.
There's
so many
hole.
questions. So many questions. I think that there is a hole, yes.
I will do research, and I will bring it. If I'm invited back again, I will let you know what I've found out about the Nolo community, how they prefer to be referred to.
From what I know is that most of them like refer to themselves as eunuchs.
Oh, okay.
And also most of them are male.
Before Trenty comes back on, because there was at one point in time I had joined a kink group chat in China, which I'm no longer in because I left it a long time ago, and there's no way that exists anymore with how much they monitor this stuff now, but they were posting I was expecting like I'm like definitely a bit harder core kink, but ultimately I had no idea that people were going to be posting videos of eels up the ass. And then describing, like having a chat about, oh, what is this about? And it's like, well, when you put the eel in the ass, it wriggles around, but it can get lost and go further up into your intestines.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
I was scarred. It was horrifying. I left shortly after that.
First of all, did they not need to be in the water? And are they not going to, like, bite you?
I don't know. I didn't get that far into the conversation, but it was basically...
Hey, yo.
Okay. You're good. Come on back, Trenty.
Thank you.
All right.
What happens next, y'all?
So, Hua Fei is, like... giving her brother a hard time, and then he's like, well, what can we do? And she's like, well, we can get back at one of the other concubines I don't like by ruining her brother's life, right? Or like just getting rid of him or something.
Her father.
Not her brother, her father.
Her father. It was her father. Oh my God. And my favorite thing is like, well, he's like, okay, I'll take care of it. And then he goes, no regard for any of the like backstabbiness or any of the sensitivities that the other emperors are, and he's just like, hey, fire this guy.
And he says, sounds about right, I'll get on it. Yeah.
Like, what? I don't want him anymore. And he's like, if you don't want him, I'll get rid of him. Do you not want him? And he's like, yeah. I thought that was so funny.
Which is why what Zhen Huan said at the beginning of the episode rings fucking true, because immediately we cut to him going to the emperor and immediately being like, oh yeah, I've heard some like bad shit about this guy. I think you should fire him. And he was just like, yeah, it's over for him. He's gone. And earlier in the episode, Zhen Huan was like, I can't trust your love. And he was like, you're silly. And now it's like, you're firing her dad without even like blinking.
And he had to have known that it was her father.
Maybe he's been calling her Wang Guiren for over a year. He forgot the name.
That her name is Jen.
Right.
But whenever he does go talk to the Emperor, is that what that conversation was about? Because I got very lost in that conversation.
Yeah.
He literally went to the Emperor and said, fire this man, and he said, okay.
Yeah.
Just about,
He was like, I was going to go to bed, but then I had this thought.
Yes, he was like, I was about to leave, and then I decided that I really hate this one guy. Can you get rid of him? Has nothing to do with me having a conversation with my sister. I personally, on my own accord, this random person that I barely know, I don't like him.
Right. And the Emperor so uncritically being like, yeah, we're family, have a seat.
Exactly.
And yeah, he's out.
And he's like, oh, I'm so tired of you always standing up, bro. Come on, we're just family. It's all right. Don't stand up. Don't do it. Let's just be friends or what. Like, when in here, we're bros. Bro. And the next word is like, yeah. Can you give me a handy?
Okay, see, this is the scene. Yeah, actually, now I'm feeling it. Now I do get that vibe.
Yeah. Yes. Let's just open a couple beers and then watch some TV and maybe kiss and suck each other's dicks. I don't know. Let's just be friends.
Speaking of bro, listen to this. Am I afraid that he will hear this? No, I'm not. I went on a lunch date the other day.
Billy Eichner?
Oh, gross, no. I went on a lunch date the other day with this boy, and I thought like it went well and we had nice conversations and stuff. And then when we're leaving, he fist bumped me and said, "Nice to meet you." Nice to meet you.
Okay, so Michael, do you think was that a friend zone move, or was that a just I'm really not comfortable with my gayness move?
No, he seemed pretty gay.
So then, what do you think the fist bump meant?
It was a friendly thing though, because he has been like texting me and checking in on me on my COVID situation, but like the fist bump, maybe I don't know. This
is Westy's fist bump.
It's not like it wasn't like a fist bump.
I know. This is a fist bump. It's a fist bump. It's like this. It
wasn't like a fist bump.
For our listeners who cannot see the video, we are putting our hands into a very conical shape. And those who know.
A fister.
Those who don't know,
a fister bump. A fister bump is what you call it.
Not a fister bump. No, it's a fist bump.
Thankfully, it seems like this scene was the last of like the boy drama, and I hope we go another 20 episodes without getting any more. I don't want to, because then we do.
I don't want to hear about the war.
We don't want to hear about the war anymore. The Empress Coke is doing some calligraphy when her little maid comes in, and I do forget her name.
Do y'all know what she was writing on the paper?
Was it Fool? I think it was Fool.
I don't know.
Bitch is not always fool. They're not always trying to give us fortune, babe.
It is Fool. It's Fool.
Word.
Yeah, get your head out your ass, Westy.
Fortune.
But we know you can't read.
I can't swim.
And anyways, her maid comes in and brings the bad news that the Emperor's only been with Hua Fei for the last couple days and has visited Zhen Huan 0 times.
And then I just remembered, she's like, oh, it's getting so cold. And then she really has to spell it out for her maiden, who's like, oh, do you want to put something on? And she's like,
天冷了，衣裳穿得多有什么用？
No, it's not that kind of cold. It's the cold that comes when it's not just the seasons changing. This cold won't leave in the summertime. Do you get it?
Yeah.
She was
laying on the poetry, and of course the servants say, I can't read.
The servant's like,
I can't read.
Honey, I can get you a jacket if you're cold. And she's like, no, not that type of cold. Like a cold. The scene is cold.
Yes. But it is very poetical. She's like, a winter jacket doesn't change the weather.
there's a wind coming in from the northwest. She's doing like a weather report. She's like, well, there's a cold front coming in from the northwest, and we're expecting temperature dropping for the next 3 days.
But that's a metaphor too, because Hua Fei's brother just came in from the northwest.
Oh, she's in on it. Now it's less fun. All right. Yeah, it's smart now. It's smart again. Fine, Trenty. All right. The writers knew what they were doing.
This is this is the Jen Shui job brain at work.
Yeah, it's fun because only some of the girls are educated. And also some of the girls on the show.
Oh, snap!
Like the actresses. Oh, God.
Now it's the Emperor and Hua Fei chatting. Yes.
Hua Fei is sa jiao jiao. She's giving us some baby girl. She's like, no. She's like, why? She says, Emperor, why are you always with you're always with me? The other girls are gonna be so lonely. And he's like, okay, I'll go. And she's like, no, that's not what I meant. She
goes. Yeah, he said, okay, I'll go see Jinping now.
Coronavirus.
You in danger, girl.
Leave me alone.
So he ends up spending the night, is what you're saying?
No, that's not what I'm saying, because they're going through it, and she's just like, well, that's not what I meant. You know what I meant. It's like, yeah, you need to see the other girls, but you're here with me right now.
Mm-hmm. She's basically like just using the opportunity to complain in a cute way.
And then I think that she knows that Anling Rong also has coronavirus, because she suddenly does something crazy where she goes out of her way to invite Anling Rong to come and sing for them.
Oh, and the little cough.
And in the next scene, Anling Rong is like, oh no, my throat's not very good today.
She had like a tiny, that cough was so stupid. She had she'd swallowed like a little bit of saliva, and she was like, ah. And the sister was like, what's wrong?
Yes.
Are you okay?
We're finally to the scene that Trenton thought that we were getting at 3 scenes ago. We see Anling Rong and Zhen Huan together.
And they're discussing how they haven't seen their daddy in a long, long time. But we do have that foreshadowing, because at the All Stars Extravaganza talent show, they did a group performance, and they slayed harder than anything I've ever seen on television. And so we may get to see that now.
Oh my God, is she gonna zither from there?
You bitch.
Yes. Jade Essence Hall hands her the zither from the side of the stage.
Yes. And she's up like 3 stories. Is
she gonna zither from there?
And so murderer Zhou Ninghai comes in and is like, Anling Rong, you have to go sing. And she was like, it's kind of late and I don't want to. And he was like, well, then you need to go tell him that yourself.
Well, because she's feeling the tension, because they were just having this conversation about how the Emperor is not visiting Zhen Huan anymore, and only visiting Hua Fei. And they come in and they're like, the Emperor wants to see... what did we say Anne's name was?
Attendant
Anne. The Emperor wants to see Attendant Anne. But they were just talking about how he hasn't seen Zhen Huan in a while. And so she's feeling the tension and she's like, oh no, I can't go. I'm sick.
I don't think that was the tension.
That's what I felt. That's what I felt, because they were just talking about how they haven't been seen. And so she's feeling uncomfortable that, like, oh, she's being asked to be seen by the Emperor right in front of Zhen Huan, who was just complaining about how she hasn't been able to see the Emperor in a while.
Because the first thing that they say, though, is, but isn't the Emperor with Hua Fei?
And see, that's also another part of the tension.
I think it's fearful. Like, if Hua Fei tried to get her before with the dress, and now Hua Fei is coming for Anling Rong to lure her over and humiliate her or embarrass her or literally murder her. Who knows?
Did I lie?
Oh, okay. So you think that Zhen Huan wants to go to protect Anling Rong?
Yes. Yes, that's what I think it is. I think Anling Rong is shivering in her
She's in
little
danger.
one-heeled Louboutins. Yeah, I think Zhen Huan is like, go get my zither as a shield.
I'm gonna hit anybody that comes close to you.
Yeah, like let me go, and
I got the impression that for Zhen Huan, she was like, maybe I'll just see what he's up to, because I kind of like him, and I miss him, and maybe if he sees me, he's gonna be a little bit like, maybe, because they also, I was just rewatching,
vying for FaceTime.
Yeah, Anling Rong was joking with her about her writing not being good enough. She critiques her on a character.
Oh yeah, they joked about that,
like,
and she said, "Watch your sassy mouth."
越发油嘴滑舌了.
Yes, she did say that. Well, that's...
Oh, fuck. I forgot that part. Yes. Watch your sassy mouth. She gets really mad. I guess I am Zhen Huan. Shit.
But what was is there like some silly tea that I don't know about, like the character that she was writing?
She forgot to put the Tao radical at the top.
Yeah.
That's it.
And then she said, the lady, Anling Rong was like, yeah, it seems to have fluttered away with him like your heart or something like that. But I don't know what the character was. It was very complex. Yeah, I was very surprised when it ended too. I was like, that's the cliffhanger ending you guys were talking about, right? Because it was just like,
yes.
He was like, Zhen Huan, and it was like, credits.
In the next episode will pick up right there.
Oh, gotcha,
yeah,
okay.
I'm sure. Because Hua Fei was not happy to see them. The Emperor was very surprised. And who knows, maybe we will get another performance. I hope.
And they're going to be singing about how much they hate Hua Fei. They're just going to be like...
Probably.
They're going to be like, fuck that,
They're going to be
bitch.
doing Barbie Tings by Nicki Minaj.
No, the thing is Zhen Huan will pull out of her Spotify Wrapped the some song that is way too smart for Hua Fei to understand. And only her and the Emperor will understand it. And it's probably going to be some song by SZA that says like, I hate that bitch, you love me instead.
Hua Fei's gonna be like, that sounds
And
beautiful.
if you wonder if I hate you, I do.
Hua Fei's like, I don't get it. Hua Fei's gonna be like, wow, that's really cryptic.
She's not gonna sing Big Boys by SZA.
She might be singing Big Boys by SZA, but the Emperor's not a big boy.
He's a big boy.
He's not a big boy. The song...
Okay, well we'll get into what tribe he's in
after the break.
Hey, Cam!
Hey, Gio!
Guess what?
What?
We're doing a podcast!
We are doing a podcast, an unofficial Disney podcast.
Yes! Ooh, I love Disney!
And do you know what makes us different from other podcasts?
Yes, we're not two white women drinking wine and talking about true crime.
Well, yeah, but besides that, we're reviewing Disney animated classics without any accreditation.
Oh, yeah, that too. That's right. We're not film critics or mental health professionals.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, but we are adults with opinions about the films that shaped our childhood.
This pod is perfect for Disney lovers from moderate to extreme.
And it's designed for the Disney adult in mind. So take your multivitamin or your Boniva and prepare your cocktail, because Cam and I are ready to walk down memory lane.
And answer the tough questions like, how did Ariel decide which sea creatures are her friends and which ones are underwear?
Oh wait, where does Tarzan get his body waxed?
Right!
We're gonna answer all them questions. So tune into Your Bare Necessities, the unofficial, much-needed Disney podcast.
Available on Spotify, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, or wherever you get your podcast. Forget about your worries and your strife. You got the...
You don't have to sing Fade It Out. You can just sing and I could fade you. It's an audio medium.
And we're back, and it is time for
本周心机争宠装.
All right, this is the part of the pod where we talk about the looks and we pick the best one.
I'll go first.
Okay, you go first.
Okay, never mind. Go ahead. It's okay. I'm the guest, but it's fine.
I just want to go first because my look was literally from the first scene. Okay. My favorite look was Zhen Huan in the pink.
Oh, okay. Let me go back.
Okay.
She's finally changed her clothes from the Summer Palace. She is in the. It's a pink, but it's kind of darker, and her hair is done really nice.
No, I hate that color. I disagree.
You sound like the Emperor.
Right. That is not your color. Go change.
Yeah, that's how I feel about it. No.
Okay, well then, what is your favorite one?
Okay, I liked the Empress Dowager's look the best. I just thought, yeah. She has on, okay, everybody else looked cheap. There's something about the fabric that they're using for these costumes. I just think it looks so costumey. And I'm sure...
Are you talking about the shoe brocade like that?
The shoe?
Oh, wow.
The shoe brocade.
The shoe's fine. The shoe looks like a shoe. It looks
no,
like a shoe.
SHU.
Oh, yeah, cheap.
The shoe brocade.
No, I don't like it.
He was just shocked you were calling the very special fabric cheap.
It is cheap, and I'm not even ashamed to say it. I think it's special fabric bullshit. You're an emperor. You can spoon out a bit more. Or maybe I should be talking to the costume directors. I don't know. I'm sure that I don't actually know historically what it's supposed to look like. But the dark, this green one though, I think that it just looks so much because of the fact that it flows together a lot more, and the orange. And it's also interesting to see somebody rock green. I think it looks good. It looks really good. Foresty.
I do tend to gravitate towards the earthy tone girls.
Mm-hmm.
And never have we had this much disconnect with the looks because I chose Cao Guiren.
Interesting. And why?
Exactly, because her look is so interesting. It's so different than what we've seen. We're seeing the little I don't know what you call them, the little fasteners, like a cheapao kind of vibe.
Okay.
With the little buttons and fasteners. And so I thought that it was so refreshing. And it's more dark grays, maybe kind of a black. And then she's got the ombre tassels in the hair that go from a lavender to a deep gray, or a deeper midnight purple.
Oh,
an indigo, if you will.
You know what? I think you're right. I'll change my vote to Cao Guiren.
It's just a fresh look. It's something that we haven't seen before.
It's true, and I love, I'm a fucking sucker for the dangles, and she's got them on both sides.
Okay.
Oh, why didn't I choose her? Oh, she is serving.
So if we have to choose, I think I'll just jump on board this train rather than dying for the Empress.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I'm okay with that one. But
all right, congratulations, Cao Guiren.
Yes.
You did it finally.
Now we just have to fix the face.
This is Cao Guiren's first win.
It's her first win? Aww.
And that was
本周心机争宠装.
And now we've come to our final part of the podcast, where we have our language challenge. This week, the language challenge is going to be presented by our fabulous guests, lady and gentlemen.
That's
lady and gentlemen, what do you have in store for us today?
Okay, so I am a huge, as we mentioned before, I'm a TikTok sensation. But actually not really. I'm really fascinated with gay TikTok.
Oh, what you said, Queen?
I love learning about all the different different Chinese jokes and different like new slang that develops. And I think that in talking with Trenty and Weston, you've already had some tests on some of the more common slang, but there have been some new categories that have developed within gay lingo. And I don't know if they're recent or if they've been around for a while, but it's so much fun as they start to develop. So the classics, just to keep people informed in case you don't know, you've got zhu, which is pig. That's somebody that's so the official denomination is if your belly is further out than your chest, which I think is ridiculous.
And so I'm like out here putting pig on my profile, and I'm like,
why is no one texting me?
Maybe not aligning with it.
Oh my god, there are so many pigs here. Wait.
Exactly. I'm thinking they're pigs here, and then like people that like have the little pig in their profiles are just like, this is false advertising.
Yes, false advertising. Yeah, it's a big cultural difference.
It's not false advertising for them.
But yeah, and then we've also got xiong, which is bear, and then we have houzi, which is like twink. So now we're gonna get into some new ones, and what I'm gonna do, I actually have 5. And then like one bonus that I think is funny. I don't know if people use it very often because I can't imagine that they do. But you're both gonna get the chance to answer what you think it is. You can answer differently or the same, and whoever's right gets a point. So
okay.
So the first one, I'm just gonna start off with what it is. Okay, kawaii.
What country do we live in?
Yeah.
I just don't know. All right, so why don't you both hold up your answers, and I will read them out, and then you can each explain your answers. Go ahead, hold them up. Okay, so both of you put down cute, all right?
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, you are both only 50% correct, so I can give you 50% of the points. Kawaii.
That's why I asked, what country do we live in?
Kawaii is a cute top.
Oh, a cute top.
Kawaii. Yes. So cute tops are kawaiis, right? So there's all these different categories of i, which is top. You can have mo'i, which is feminine top. You can have jiai, which is a fake top.
Trenton.
Oh, snap!
Okay, number 2. Naigal.
Well, okay, can I write down what I think is like the literal translation and then sort of what I think it means?
Sure.
Okay.
I think we've talked about this before. I don't know what the second one is though.
Well,
so I'm
whoever
guessing
is most correct will get the point.
Yeah, probably have to. I mean, we'll have to probably do it that way. All right, on the count of 3.
I'm ready.
1, 2, 3. Okay, so Westy said milker farmer. I can't see Trent. Okay, milk dog, and then the afterwards part of it says someone who is tied up and milked. Okay.
It's like the cow.
So, I'm gonna give the point to Trenty because the translation was correct. However, neither of you was right.
What?
Yeah, so the cow, so the translation is correct. Naigal, it literally means like
milk dog.
Milk dog. Right. But
to be milked.
A naigal is like a young gay guy. I'm not sure 100% why for this one. I think that it's usually somebody that's like
neither one of you.
Why are we sitting here bullying each other?
I don't think you could classify either, to be honest, Trent.
Yeah, bitch.
It's like a young, impressionable young gay guy. So there's like a video that like went through all these, and they have
how am I not young and impressionable?
A young ingenue over here, Westy.
You're bald, bitch.
with your young, and I'm just a little tiny gay. I don't know what's going on.
I see.
But basically,
I got you.
The idea is like, I think that, because one of the things I saw, there's like a video where they do it, they joke about this, and it's like, what do each of the categories say on the apps? And Naigos say, Papa, Daddy, Papa, Daddy. These are little baby gays. They're like, I'm looking at daddy.
I'm still searching, still trying to figure out how you're not referring to me.
Oh my
What's the next one?
Next one, Yeji.
Okay, I'm going again for literal translation for the win.
Because you know this is how you're gonna beat him.
I don't have anything written down because I don't know.
Okay.
Let me think.
All right, so chicken feathers is what we had for Westy.
Those are the cheapest ones.
Wait, hold on. I can't see what you've written, Trenty. What is it? Just say, because I already read Westy's, so we can't cheat.
Okay, I said grandpa chicken, older daddy dick.
That's funny. That's really funny. Both of you are wrong.
Is it yeah, like yeah?
No, it's yeah, like it's wild. So it's wild chicken is the translation.
Oh.
What did you put down, Westy, again? You put...
Chicken feathers.
Chicken feathers. Okay, so both of you got chicken. I don't think anybody gets a point this time. It's not daddy dick. It's not granddaddy dick. What this is somebody that just wants a dick more than anything. It doesn't matter who it is. They're like, I'm gonna go fuck this person. As long as they say yes, I'm in it. So it's
now
just
they're
basically
talking about you, Westy.
Why are we sitting here bullying each other?
Okay, calm down.
Yes. The apps are full of Yeti. Like, the wild chickens are everywhere, right? Because it's like...
Would they self-describe as Yeji, though? Or is this sort of derogatory to say about somebody?
This is more like, you probably wouldn't call yourself any of these. These are more like other categories that exist. In the same way that a lot of people probably wouldn't call themselves Zhu either. They usually wouldn't call themselves pig. It would be like, one of the jokes is, the same, like, joke is that, like, on the apps... What is the first thing that the pigs say? They say, I'm a bear. That was awful.
Oh my god.
Oh, this is the content we've needed this whole time. This is great.
Okay, next one. Two more. Okay, this one is xia.
I have no fucking clue.
I'll give you a hint. 你过敏?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I am.
Oh, then I am right.
Well, that's not what I guessed.
What is it? Show it. Yes, it is shrimp. That's right. Trenty gets another point. Okay, so a shrimp.
That's what I wrote too.
Nice try.
Shut the
no,
fuck up.
I wrote Hot Girl Summer.
Okay,
yes.
Okay,
yeah,
Hot Girl Summer. So a shrimp.
Okay.
A shrimp is a guy that looks really good but has an ugly face.
You eat the body, not the face.
I'm also allergic to them, and unfortunately, we are plagued by these type of men.
I will say that where I currently live, and no, I'm not disclosing that on the pod, I don't need stalkers, but where I do currently live, I am surrounded by so many headless profiles. It is... I do wonder, like, if your body is that good, why aren't you showing your face? Like, something's wrong there.
That's what I always think about the headless ones. Is like, if I looked like that, and I have this beautiful face, baby,
I'd be showing it to everybody.
Baby, it's over.
I mean, maybe because back in the day, like when I was one of the beta testers for Grindr in 2007, it was like a lot of people were still like in the closet, or they were like down low, or for whatever reason. So that's why they weren't posting their face.
Yeah.
But this is fully 2022 nowadays, and Grindr is a very like Western app, anyways. I feel so. If you have access to it, the people you're trying to hide from probably also don't have it.
Whenever I was in college, and there would be people on the on Grindr that would be like, "Oh, I'm DL. I can't share my face pics." I would always be so catty to them, and I'd be like, "Who am I gonna tell? Your mom? Oh snap! Who am I gonna tell? Your dad?
Is your mom on?
Got me blocked a lot."
God. Okay.
Okay.
Last one, and then we have a bonus. All right.
Okay.
女王风. 女王风.
I know that this is.
You just know it's wrong.
This is totally wrong, but
okay.
I have to keep it.
All right, 3, 2.
No.
No.
All right.
All right, ready?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
What the fuck? Why did I write this?
All right, go
What'd you
ahead.
write?
Let's see what Westy wrote. Wait, hold on.
No, I want to see what Trenty wrote. My thing's in my hands. You can see it. What'd you write?
Queen Wind. Queen Wind.
A queef?
A queef. Oh, that's funny. That's really funny. It's not right, but it's funny. That's good. What did you put, Westy? Non-binary. Okay, also incorrect. All right. Well, 女王风 means queen bee. It's the queen bee.
风
蜜蜂. 蜜蜂.
Oh.
So 女王 is Nolo. What is girl? Oh my god.
That's what I originally wrote.
That's what you first wrote. Okay. But it's the queen bee, and basically.
But lucky for you, this queen is a barb.
It is an incredibly effeminate man, like a super femme gay that only tops a ton of people because it's the queen bee is like able to go and like stab a whole bunch of people, right? Is able to sting people. So I was asking more about it because I didn't understand, and they were like, "This is the type of gay that wants you to call them mama."
we also know her. We also know her. Do you know who I'm talking about, Trenton?
Don't talk about Davide on this podcast.
I'm not talking about Davide. I'm not talking about Davide. I'm talking about
No, but he's not a top.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, that one's new for me. I don't know how far that one goes because I just heard, and the other people in the group were like, I don't know what this means actually. So, but I think it's.
Luckily, our podcast has a giant audience, so this term is gonna take off.
Oh, wonderful! Perfect. Okay, Kickstarter.
We'll get t-shirts made.
All right. So, do we tally the scores now?
Well, do you want to do the bonus first?
No, there's one more.
Oh, the bonus. Okay, let's do the bonus.
Okay.
Oh, fuck.
You'll be fine. Okay, so the bonus is Ao Yun Hui.
I'm ready.
Okay. Westy?
No, but
no.
Okay.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. Money Boy, not Money Boy. Australian Cloud? Mitchy Hands? Meeting. Oh, no, not meth heads. Oh my god.
I just thought like Aozhou is Australia and then Yun is like cloud. So I was like Australia, and clouds, blowing clouds from Australia, a meeting, people do meth together, it's meth heads.
I see. Okay. No, well, good.
There is a lot of them in Australia, isn't there?
Yeah.
So Ao Yun Hui is the word for Olympics, the Olympic ceremonies, right? And now that you know this, the Olympics.
A challenge about that.
You did one? Okay. Do you know what it is?
We still had no idea.
Do you know what the Olympics are? Well, it's 5 bottoms together.
Yes!
Oh. Is that so fun?
That's a good one.
It's so funny.
Where do we find that one?
Yeah, where's Wesley's invitation? Where are the qualifying events?
Oh my god. Yes, 5 bottoms. Any 5 bottoms together, you can have the Olympics. Yeah. Yeah, I just saw it on like a video at one. Like there was I've only seen it on one video before, and it was just one guy walking up to his 5 gay friends and he's like, "Oh my god, the Olympics are here. Look at the Olympics."
Oh my god.
It's so funny.
Yes.
Savage.
Yep. So
okay. Now, please tally the scores and tell us who was the fair and legitimate winner.
Okay, so number 1, we got like 0.5 per person because both of you guessed half of what it was. The second one, we had Trenty guess the translation correctly, which means he gets a point. Westi did not get a point. For Yeji, nobody got that one, so no points there. For Xia, we had Trenty guess the right one, and Westi did not, so that means 2.5 to 0.5. Nobody got the fifth one, and nobody got the bonus, so the win is going to Trenty.
Yes! Thank you. Finally, a win that has been long in the makings, but I would like to thank my friends and my family and my fans for sticking with me through this really difficult time. Now, with my power as the winner, though, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to flip this back at you.
Oh, fun. Okay, here we go.
Okay, so, ladies and gentlemen, this is the first time that we've ever flipped the challenge back on our guest.
Okay.
But I do believe that this will be very fun for you.
Okay.
In the palace, there are different ranks for different powers. We've gone over kind of some of them right now. So what I would like you to do now is to use these 6 vocabulary words that you have taught us.
Okay.
And I want you to rank them in power based on your own preferences from Empress to dying.
Okay. All right. Okay.
All right.
Okay. So this is...
So let's start from the bottom.
Got it. Okay. Got it. Okay. Dying is going to be Nu Wang Feng. I'm not here for...
Okay. That one again?
She's Queen Bee.
But you know she got bomb dick.
Allegedly.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe
That's what literally everyone says.
And she's got a Hui Yuan Ka at the clinic.
I just imagine her being really skinny. That's my issue. I don't care as much about like feminine versus masculine. I'm just not a big... I don't like the skinny girls. And so I imagine like a really... You know who I imagine? I imagine Beaverhausen. And that just is a big turn-off for me.
And we're not bleeping it.
We are certainly not. Certainly not.
I also I want to
fact,
clarify. I do not know if she's a top or a bottom. I don't know. But yeah, that's who
she's a top and she likes twinks.
Okay, so who is your Changzai? You're usually there.
My Changzai. Well, if I'm ranking them, who I don't want to be with, Xia, because they have abs.
Okay, but does the shrimp have to have abs, or is the body in the eye of the beholder?
From my interpretation, is it does infer muscles. It does infer like a very muscular man with a very ugly face.
I think that
It's like we're looking at a David sculpture with
yes,
a shrimp head.
Who would be your Gui Ren?
Gui Ren,
noble lady. Your noble lady.
We have 6 or 5.
6.
6. Okay. So now we're getting to Yeji, the wild chickens. Because sometimes you need to make sacrifices for dick.
They're dependable. Chaotic, but dependable.
Yeah.
Who is your concubine?
My concubine?
Your fae?
I'm going to go with the Nigel. The young, impressionable ingenue. And the other thing, too, is the body type that kind of epitomized it is like a slightly chubby kind of like... And I don't know how accurate this is because I think it can refer to like more about age than anything, but like a kind of slightly chubbier, kind of like cuddly, sort of soft, cutesy, sort of overage in mid-20s kid.
And you
Westi.
still believe you're not talking about me. It just gets layers and layers deeper of describing me.
Nigel. I'm a milky pig, baby.
Now let's do this the way that all the pageants do. We're not going to announce second place because we will infer that they are second. But just to let you know, Kawaii is left,
kawaii.
And so is I believe the Ao Yunhui. Those are your last 2.
Yes.
So who is going to be your empress, your Huang Ho?
And taking home the crown is kawaii. Yay!
Wow.
Oh, love it.
For a second there, I thought the Olympic rings were gonna take it.
I'm a switch myself, so I do top and bottom. The big thing, the video that I saw with the Ao Yun Hui was a whole bunch of very cute bears. In that sense, I would probably choose the kawaii, the Ao Yun Hui. However, the issue is that if you don't get to choose who's in that, you don't really know who the bottoms are going to be. And like I said, my big thing is like people have to be over a certain BMI for me to be interested usually. I seriously think there's probably like a body mass index you could kind of hone in on where is about the point in time.
Scientifically, we can do the data. We can do the charts.
Yeah, I like big boys.
Okay, well, okay, there you go, listeners.
Talented, brilliant, incredible.
Well, you know what? I have to say that despite this episode, when I watched it, I was worried because I was like, fuck, this episode's kind of boring. I think we've had such a lovely time. So thank you for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. You've really helped with our Chinese language. And you've really helped us with what we're going to be searching on the apps later. So thank you.
Yes. I'm so happy to
Yeah,
help.
can you text me the characters?
Yes, I will send them all along.
Yes. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, do you want to plug anything?
Not a whole, but...
So, first off, we have Choker coming up next Saturday. Next Saturday, the 24th, on Christmas Eve. We're doing a very merry drag punk Christmas, which we're super excited about. We had a blast last year. I may or may not have had a full bucket of fake blood dumped on my head. That will not happen this year because that was really fun act out. Mariah Carey, but it was Carey spelled like the movie.
Yes.
So I did All I Want for Christmas Is You, and then I had a friend in a pig mask pour a bucket of blood on me.
Oh my god, yes.
And I had a psychic meltdown. It was really fun. But this year's gonna be different. And then follow me at Lady and Gentleman on Instagram. It's just the letter N and no spaces. So Lady and Gentlemen, plural.
Well, this has been a great episode.
And there's only one thing left to say.
Zither. If you like White Gaze, we would love for you to leave a review of our podcast, give us 5 stars, and don't forget to subscribe to our podcast wherever you listen from. You can also support us by signing up to be a subscriber by going to anchor.fm/whitegaze/subscribe.
You can follow us at @reverse_cowboy_ and at Officer Trenty, and our White Gaze account is at White Gaze Podcast. You can find us on Instagram, Douyin, TikTok, and the Anchor app.
White Gaze is not endorsed by Beijing TV Art Center. It is intended for entertainment purposes only. Zhen Huan and all names, audio, pictures, and video clips are all registered trademarks and or copyrights of their respected trademark and or copyright holders.
White Gaze is a podcast hosted by Weston Swift and Trenton Schneiders. Produced by Trenton Schneiders and Monty Shaw. Sound and audio by Trenton Schneiders. Media by Monty Shaw. Our theme song is White Gaze by Trenton Schneiders and Weston Swift.